The training camp arc is here, and personally, it's one of my favorite arcs for various reasons, especially for one of the biggest fights that takes place in this arc. But let's talk about this first episode of My Hero Academia. I don't think so. This would have been better adapted than it was adapted in this episode. Like, yo, it would have never been better adapted in under any other ways, because it was well done, from the voice acting to the OSTs and to the to everything, like characters, the way they were portrayed, everything in this episode was just like good. Like I I couldn't find a flaw, to be honest. Like, obviously, it's even the action out there. I was like, whoa, that's some good shit right over there. Because when I was reading the manga, I remember the panels being like really good art style, having really good like presentation of choreography of the fights and stuff. It was really good, like, not gonna lie. And they adapted it directly, like I was just it was just like I'm seeing the manga being animated like really well. Like, it's but I don't think they could have done any better with this episode. Now, let's talk about this episode. What I do now? Training camp. Basically, they are here to improve their quirks through what Eraser had said in the end. Basically, the quirks, if you see, they have been improving in various positions. Like, technically, they are improving. They have been improving in stamina and stuff. They have been improving mentally, meaning that they have been getting stronger mentally and getting like they are ready to fight against people, villains that like are ready to kill, and they are about to fight them and stuff. So you could see that these people, these children, they are improving in various fields, but there are one thing that's not improving is the quirk. And that's what this training field is mainly going to focus on. This training camp is mainly going to focus on improving these people's quirk so that they could use them much better. For example, Bakugo just improved like so minimal with his quirk. Like, you could see there's not a huge difference. 705 during the start of season 1, we saw when Bakugo threw that ball, it was 705, and now when he threw the ball, it was 709. So you could see that there was only improvement of 4 meters, meaning that Bakugo's quirk didn't improve that much. Same goes for the other people. The only person whose quirk actually improved was Midoriya, because obviously he needed to like learn about his quirk. He needed to know how to control his quirk. So obviously Midoriya's quirk is the only one that has improved throughout all of My Hero Academia, and it's very obvious because nobody else thinks about training their quirks. Everybody else thinks that training their body and stuff makes them like a really strong person and stuff, and that's basically why Riza had said that you have been improving in technical, mental, and stamina. These are the 3 things you have improved in, but you have not improved to use your quirk. Like, unlike, I would even say Todoroki has improved in using his quirk, because he uses fire sign now instead of only using his ice quirk. So I think so. Like, I would say he was improved, but in a way he has not improved because he already had the quirk, but he never used it. So now this whole training, it's gonna be hell. Eraserhead already said it's gonna be hell, but I already know what's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna spoil, but something's gonna happen. Also, Kota. Let's talk about this child. He's gonna be a really important asset for Midoriya to develop. A really important asset. Like, he's really gonna be that one child that's really gonna help Midoriya develop by a lot. And at first glance, people have been thinking like, oh, this is Bakugo. Like, he's gonna develop Bakugo. No, he's developing Midoriya. This kid is gonna develop Midoriya to a point that you can even say that Midoriya develops this kid more than the kid develops Midoriya. Obviously, the kid develops Midoriya, but Midoriya develops this kid more than what happens, like what the kid develops with Midoriya. So now Kota, let me tell you something. Basically, he hates heroes. The reason for that is his father and mother were killed in a line of duty, and they were heroes. And he always thought that because they were heroes, they are basically like just they're just here to like get killed, and people praise them just because they sacrifice themselves, and that's a bad thing in his opinion. So that's the reason why Kota doesn't like heroes, because he thinks that heroes sacrificing for others is a bad thing, and obviously has a mentality of a child. He would obviously think that way because he's still a child. He's not like Midoriya. He's not like Bakugo. He's not like all the other people, like those 15, 16 year olds people. Year olds. I'm sorry, I lost my words. 15, 16 year olds. He's not like them. He's still a kid. So it's obvious that the kid's mentality would be like that. We also introduced two new heroes. Roxy, and what was the name of the other hero? I forgot. I forgot what her name was. But they're the Pussycats. Like basically, yeah. I, yeah, yeah. I know. Nekos. Then they're like Nekos, but Roxy pretty much has an interesting quirk. I think so. I think so. Her quirk was creating things from ground. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I have seen, but I'm pretty sure because I saw this fight. I'm pretty sure that her quirk was uh, uh creating creatures from like rocks and stuff. I think so. Her quirk was that. I don't remember. Again, it's been a long time since I read the manga, and especially with Cleanser 8 arc and everything. When I read those stuff, I completely forgot of these arcs because that was one of the best arcs, and I can legit say everything about that arc from start to the end. So it's definitely one of my best arcs. So yeah, he is the best arc. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not gonna be, most probably it's not gonna be in the season. Whatever. Let's talk more about this episode. All over, like the trading, the action. Let's talk about the action in this episode. Like I love the choreography in My Hero Academia. It's always been unique. Teamwork, even in when it's solos, it's a very unique thing because normally when you see any shonen battle animes or any shonen battle mangas, normally there's no teamwork. Like by teamwork I mean there's one-on-ones, there is one-on-one. Yeah, most of the time it's just one-on-ones. Like if you see, for example, Dragon Ball Z, shonen manga one-on-one. Naruto, shonen manga one-on-ones. A lot of fights go one-on-one in there. What else? Bleach, shonen manga one-on-one. What else? One Piece, one-on-ones. Like there are a lot of mangas or animes that just have a lot of one-on-one fights, and most of the time there's no teamwork in it. But when it comes to My Hero Academia, a lot of things like teamwork come into play. Like they legit do teamwork. Like for example, uh, Midoriya, Todoroki, and Bakugo helping each other. Even though Bakugo hates Midoriya as of right now, he still is helping Midoriya to fight this creature because he is selfish himself and he wants to defeat that creature himself. And when Todoroki froze that creature's like front legs, Bakugo pretty much like got the thing. What is it called? Explosion. And Midoriya with that, Ida pretty much got that creature, pretty much destroyed a creature, and pretty much Midoriya just like punched that creature in the face. You see, like it's teamwork. Like it's something I see. I don't think that Ida was taking care of another creature. I don't think so. It was him. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was teamwork. Or am I forgetting something? I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't worry, because I may be wrong. It's a little fuzzy for me right now. Because as of right now, it's been like what 10 minutes since I watched the episode or something, and that scene was like 20 minutes ago. So yeah, it's a little fuzzy. Yeah, I lose my memory real quickly. Don't worry about that. But I just keep important stuff in my head. Now I watch a preview because again, I don't think that I need to watch the previews because I already know the stuff that's gonna happen. So it's like, should I watch the previews? Nah, it's just like I already know what's happening here. I am just here for the animation. But I have to say, the way the voice acting is done, the way the music hits in each scene, like yo, that's so good. Like it's so good, especially the animation in this episode. It's a way big upgrade from episode 1, because obviously episode 1 was a recap, so obviously it will not have the amount of same amount of like it was a recap, so it will not be obviously be not be like the same animation. It will obviously be an upgrade, and it's good to see that this animation was a upgrade, a huge upgrade from the previous episode, because the previous episode had weird animations and stuff. So like not weird animations, but it was a little letdown from what we normally see in My Hero. So obviously it was a recap, so it wasn't that much of a big deal. But this episode was well animated. It had good soundtrack hit points. By soundtrack hit points, it means that the soundtrack hits at the right moment at the right place. And then I'll also give the fight, the choreography, really well done. Voice acting, awesome job. Like all four aspects, if you see, it was good. Like every aspect was good in this episode. I don't think so I have any complaints for this episode for the time being. Um, if you have any complaints, let me know, because I personally don't have any complaints. It was a very enjoyable episode for me. All over, for me, this episode is a 9 out of 10. And most probably, I'm really excited for the training camp arc, because it's definitely one of the best arcs, and it has one of the best fights in the whole My Hero Academia series. And that's why I'm most excited for this arc, because obviously I said my reasons. So uh, let me know where you scale this episode. Again, I said it's 9 out of 10 for me. And don't forget to like if you like my content, and don't forget to subscribe for do more anime and gaming content. I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.